I'm very excited to see, gentlemen. I'm very excited, Joey, to see Czar and Azrael play their second match. I have a feeling this is going to be a really close and good one. And we're off.
We're going to see the players race off to the magic shops. We got Nuke
Level
and
one,
Fire
Nuke.
3. GG. Free.
They get that? Say, adios, muchachos. I am gone. Harm 3 and heal 2 is not a bad start either.
Nope. Azrael has a lot of red people in his party. And Azrael just sprinting for Garland. I like it.
Well, if Artea was here, he would say more hats the better.
We gotta change Artea's POV on hats.
With this start, it's going to be nice. With Nuke and Fire 3 early, I definitely think the early benefit goes to early advantage is going to go to Azrael, because not only does he have two quasi-defensive fighters with the mix of the red mages, but he also is going to be able to have an extra cast of Nuke and Fire 3 with them. While Czar is going to be hoping for that black mage to carry his magic.
And we see again Czar just rushing Garland. He did this last time, and I want to get your take on this. Do you think this is a good idea, bad idea?
I'm all for taking risks at this point. He's going to end up going back up that way anyways. Let's see what Azrael gets from there. If it's a moot point, then it's not going to be anything major, but the Light Axe is a sneaky good pickup right there.
Yep, it's going to help him deal with this undead here. It'll be extra good if they have to go to the Marsh Cave. And is surprisingly good throughout most of the dungeons in the early part of the game, save the Volcano.
Definitely. We got one dead hat on Azrael's side.
It's my favorite kind of hat, although I've been picking the Red Mage more lately, but not liking it.
I think for the earlier seeds, it's going to help out as, it's a little bit more wide open, and it benefits not being able to, not going to lose too much with your mages. Sorry, I forget how to speak.
English is hard. We see Czar picking up some armor. I'm going to check out what's in the white shop and be happy to see Harm 3 and Heal 2. And he'll probably buy the soft spell because who buys soft potions?
Well, this early in the race where the status effects have been shuffled, that will pay off for them if they start getting hit with, Petrify.
Yeah, as you see, the soft spell costs 77 gold and the soft potion costs 717, and he's going to have up to 9 casts of that later in the game, so should be okay. As we see Azrael killed Garland, he's going to collect his princess. Czar's going to go over the bridge of Nasir.
We got RPG in the chat getting a little upset that she was a white mage in Czar's grouping.
Czar is in the doghouse. Confirmed.
Taking the definite risk right now, not going to Matoya's cave, forgoing the 3 chests in Temple of Fiends. Hey, at least we know Temple of Fiends wasn't too much to write home about.
Nope. You can sell the silver axe. That's about it. I mean, Czar can use the silver axe. I don't think he was going to buy that silver fort for 7,000 gold.
And we see the pirates, and it's time to bully the bullies to take their ship.
One time in a round 1 seed, I want to see Death Touch pirates.
You're an evil, evil man.
This is true. Don't let the gentleman ploy fool you.
Wing shot? That is a good analogy. I would say it's similar to Twitch chat.
Azrael picking up a little extra gold, selling that axe, has 4 copper racers, and is going to cross the bridge of Nasir. House is only 2,748. That's pretty friendly.
That is a really nice roll for them. That way they'll be able to afford a couple more sooner rather than later. That will save them time when they go back. Pure, not a bad spell at level 2 when there's nothing else on the docket. Lit 3 and Warp.
Nice. Lit 3 and Warp. We got some happy black mages and red mages.
So, Joey, what do you think? With that Warp spell, will they venture into the Ice Cave or still nope on out?
I guess I still think you're going Volcano first, but if you get nothing in Volcano, we'll probably definitely see some ice caves.
Azrael resetting for going the short sword and the Vorpal.
Yep, has absolutely no need for those right now, and the status weapon stats aren't fixed, so they run like the vanilla game. So Vorpal is it's okay. Short sword's not bad in the early game once the red mages hit around level 7.
At this point, with Nuke being a spell that they can cast, I would say it's a moot point that they, why do that when you can get inexpensive houses as long as end with Nuke. Czar resets.
Czar doesn't like it either.
And yes, we have a Mad Pony sighting.
We love the Mad Ponies and the Kaizukus.
Oh, we got Czar going over to the Dwarf Cave, which will be interesting to just check these 2 chests before he checks anything else. If it's not here, guess where they get to go, Joey?
Everybody's favorite place, the Marsh Cave.
The Mash Cave, guy.
And this is, the Marsh Cave's not even bad now. Wait until the next round when you can have Lit 3 shadows and all that craziness.
So that brings up a great point. If you don't mind covering for those new to the chat, new to the randomizer, what these round 1 flags truly mean, because they're going to hear us reference that a lot tonight.
So in the round 1 flags here, you're going to see all the treasure chests are shuffled. So you can find the Masmune in Matoya's Cave. You can find the Adamant in one of the chests in TOFR. The magic shops and the item shops, or the magic levels, are shuffled. So as you see, they have level 1 nuke, early harm 3, heal 2, and stuff like that. They had the silver sword in Corneria. Enemy status attacks are shuffled, so you can see the wolves could have poison, the world record wolves could have stone touch, the sorcerers could actually be gentle to you and not do anything crazy. It's all going to depend on the RNG of the seed. The monsters scale from as low as 17% of their vanilla total up to 20% of their original total. So I think Chaos can have a max of 2,400 health if I can do 4th grade math. We also have the randomizer itself has incentivizations where some of the key areas in the game, like Czar got the door glitch, the Ice Cave and the Castle Ordeals, which in the vanilla game are key parts of the game, but here in these seeds, the chests aren't incentivized, so there may be nothing in either of those, or there may be something good. We won't know. We can shuffle the teleporters in Castle Ordeals, but for the round 1 flags, they are not. And the players will also be getting 5 times the experience in gold plus a flat value.
In chat, do not worry if you did not catch that. No worries, because we will be covering that many of times throughout the night. And I know Joey just rattles it off like it's nothing, but he's a pro at this game.
That's not true. I can't beat Bratster.
Well, you're still a pro comparatively. So we have unrunnable. A question about unrunnables. Depending upon what each one of these runners do, they may be able to get rid of some unrunnable encounters, but there are a couple unrunnable encounters that are just going to be, pains, to say the least. Temper in the level 3 black mage spell there. So Joey, chat, with us having to venture down to Marsh Cave, where does everyone think the TNT will be? Let's throw it up.
I'm going topside this time.
I'm going to go in the Troll of the Troll. Trolliest of the Troll, the 4th room that you enter on the bottom level, because everyone always goes there last. That will be where the next progression item is.
You, sir, are a dirty dog. We have the Miat Wolves coming up. Roo, 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 roo.
We have the first Roo in the chat.
Vanilla location for TNT. That would be kind of dirty.
See, that's why I covered myself and said a progression item would be that chest.
So we're going to see Azrael gets to the Marsh Cave first. Going to go top side. Czar right behind him.
This is definitely going to be an advantage for Warp when it comes into play. If there's something good up here, instead of resetting, they can use Warp to get on out.
And the young shadows. Now I'm curious to know, why does Azrael have some of his names in all caps, some of them in half and half?
Tyro, because, well, everyone likes the Tyros, I guess, except you and I. Out of Bounds Bat. I'm not guessing to why he has the OB because, out of bound. I don't know. And then what is it? The last one is Toga. He wants to do a Toga party.
Who doesn't want to go to a Toga party? It's the best.
I remember hosting many of those in my time in school.
That was my sister went to Stetson University, and my parents were like, "Oh, this will be nice. It's a nice Christian family school." As we find the tail on Azrael's side, Czar will also find that at some point. 10 gold, the dream. But yeah, so my sister invited me out to Stetson for a party, and I was like, "Sure, I'll go." And then I get there, and she's dressed in a toga, and I was like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Here," and she just hands me a big sheet, and she's like, "Put this on." Hi, dos míos. Azrael, double warp.
Sheets make the best togas, by the way.
The what kind?
Either a full or a queen size sheet. They gotta be the flat, not the fitted ones.
Oh yeah, if you put a fitted one on, you look kind of goofy. And Czar now gonna find the tail as well.
So who do you think the tail benefits right now, where it was tonight, between these two?
Definitely Czar. Azrael has the black belt, which loses, I think it's like 3 or like 2.7 magic, whatever it is, magical defensive growth per level. So if he's going to class change, he's going to want to grind first and then do it, whereas Czar has the fighter, so he's not as restricted to early class changing. That and dragon armor, Aegis shield, GG.
The dreaded whiz, the TNT.
All right. So no. Maybe there'll be a crowd in here.
I would say there's still a progression item that could be found there.
The world record Rubaroos. Silver Shield, a nice pickup.
We do need
Czar?
to change it now to instead of Wolf go Ruru.
What did Czar get that first chest in here, or did he miss one? I'm confuzzled.
I definitely think he picked. Yep, Czar did pick up the TNT.
Yeah, I did have a ton of Rubaroos yesterday. It was legendary.
I was listening to it and I'm like, oh, this is getting awesome at this point.
Oh, the dreaded scorpions. Oh, ow, pim slapping people. Well, to fight 2 wizards and get 4,100 gold, I guess you can't be too salty.
No. That's a big chunk of change that will help them as they go along.
I must take like the most potato booty route through this place ever, because I always check this one in the top right first instead of last.
I check it second. I go left to right, and then I kind of circle my way around. But there is, in my mind, no true wrong way as long as you hit everything, because once you get down to that level, you're checking everything.
Maybe. It's a good question, Mia. I believe he did. It was 4,150 gold. So as the players walk back to the dwarf cave, we want to take a second to tell you to go follow our runners. They both Czar, veteran of the community, one of the moderators for the Discord, great guy, very helpful, very knowledgeable, and AzraelRavenheart, new to the community but has been posting great times in the race, and also very knowledgeable, very helpful if you have questions. Also throw some love to Feasel and Speed Gaming too. We're very thankful for them hosting us and allowing us to give you this nice race on their channel.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Master Robot Feasel. You are a man amongst boys. I don't know where you find the time to take your quick little cat naps, but much appreciated.
Oh, we missed Cure 4 in the level 4 shop. That's...
No, we didn't. It's a feature. We're finding out about it now with everyone else. Your favorite spell, the Quad X, is XXXX.
better than Triple X. Kappa.
So chat, also feel free to shoot us messages throughout the chat. Joey and myself will both be paying attention to not only the races as they're going through, but your questions. There is no stupid questions, no silly questions, only awesome and fun questions. Is this based on the Japanese version? Joey, I defer to you as a subject matter expert in the speedrunning.
Is this based on the Japanese version? Can you walk up the stairs for 8 minutes and get chaos to run from you? No, but yes, it's you can. The game plays like the Japanese version.
And you were hitting us with some fun facts last time as we're getting a revisit by Azrael into the Dwarf Cave, and Czar is doing a little bit of shopping. Why don't you tell us those little differences that we would see if we were to play the Japanese version on the NES? opposed to this version that we see on the NES?
What was that question again? You totally threw me off talking about the Japanese version.
Why don't you hit us with the differences between the two?
So the NES version, the world record time is like 2 hours and 59 minutes or something. The Japanese version is, I think, like 7 minutes and 36 seconds. You can't sequence break in the English version, whereas in the Japanese version, you can just walk up and down the stairs in Cordelia Castle in a very specific pattern and talk to a guard, and chaos appears and he runs from you. It's beautiful.
All right, how about the differences between when you go to revive your party members and the little things when you go to class change? Ice 3, huge pickup right there. So definitely, when you go to, they've took out a lot of references to, we'll say, religious items. When you go into revive people, you'll see it as a heart. When you go to the sanctuaries, in the Japanese versions, it was crosses. When you go to revive or go to turn in the tail for class change, what will happen is you will see like candelabras instead of like what was it? Crosses, Joey?
Yeah, in the Japanese version, there's crosses where the hearts are. In Bahamut's room, it's all now it's either swords or candelabras, I forget. But in the Japanese version, it's all crosses as well. Azrael hitting level 11. Do you think we'll see some solo black belt strats?
Where Azrael has the solo black belt followed by a couple casters, I'm expecting that to happen. Where Czar does not, he has the fighter with him. I think he's going to have more of a balanced party.
Everybody's friends, the EXPs. Except me, because every time I fight him, I have like 800 health. It's not fun. Excuse me. We get our first look at Crescent Lake.
We still have not found the bottle, if I'm correct. So that means that there's only a couple last places for it to be. And we got Azrael buying the 99 heal potions, which is not something that you should overlook, because the more heal potions, the better.
Yep, I'm gonna. Shocked he's not checking the armor shops to find Cure 3. Nice little pickup here. You kind of want to find those silver bracelets and gold bracelets, and Fast is in the black magic shop.
Is that class change blocked?
I do believe so.
So that's really, now that's class change blocked for the red mages, but not for the black mage, right?
I'm not 100% sure how the class change magic for the black mage works at level 6. I know he can only learn one of the spells, but pertaining to which slot it falls in, I'm not 100% sure.
RPG, that's just mean. We don't want to run into a bunch of waters in the TOFR.
Oh god, no. Let's not talk about waters in TOFR after those two races today.
Joey, are you having memories of the past?
2,000 years ago. Beef, that is incorrect. The red mage certainly can learn some level 6 and level 7 magic in the randomizer.
Man, we're getting a lot of... Hopefully the chat doesn't curse these runners for their run back through TOFR.
The 1050 HP wonders weren't even the worst of it.
Azrael going for the red gargoyle.
That's right, kill them before they fire to your booties.
That's not a bad outplay. That's not a bad play against them if you get the chance to hit first. Because what will happen, and this is a little fact for those newer runners, for those more advanced people, just sit there, nod your head, and say, Joker, why are you telling us this? Ribbon pickup, huge. The chance to hit first will have your entire party hit before whoever you're facing does their attacks.
Punch him in the face.
And that's if you have a spell like Nuke, which is very powerful, it will allow you to cast it beforehand and basically auto wipe. Like this chance to hit first, I'm surprised that they're not fighting through, but the risk to reward isn't there.
We'll see this big lot of treasure. Nothing good.
Maya, if I see red gargoyles in life, I'm running the other way. I don't want to see gargoyles out there. Slab pickup, huge.
Love the slab. And the crown. The dream. Do
They're
we
a
have a
floater
dream
away from
here?
go mode.
Oh, what if the floater's like not close? So here's a good instance we were talking about earlier. If you don't find the floater in the volcano, where do you go next?
That's an honest, great question. With what you have, if you don't have the floater, do you dump all the time into ordeals, or do you go into Ice Cave?
They have warp, so I'm a little more inclined to say do Ice Cave. It's maybe a 5-minute check to either gain a ton of time or lose a ton of time, and we have the ruby. Maybe
Game changer.
Yep. Now I think you have to go to Earth Cave now.
This means that you get to give the ruby to our best friend.
The kindest, most gentlest narcotic user in the world, the tunnel. What is he even? A giant, or is he like a monster?
It's the Big Show. Well, it's the Big Show.
He's a titan, I guess. He's not very big in this version of the game. A lot more largely scaled in the remakes.
So after these next couple of chests, I think we're repeating what we've already seen with Czar. So that means Azrael is going to jump on out of this place, house up, and then go down to another level and see what those additional chests will give him.
Yeah, you've found 80% of the go mode items. You're definitely jumping out of here, saving, and kind of resetting and going forth through. Uh-oh, Czar let Fiesel die. This can't be a good omen.
I would not unexpect for Czar's feed to just cut out randomly on him. Yes, Maya, thank you so much. As we're taking a moment right here, please give our runners a follow. Also, want to give a shout out to Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming Do for allowing us to use their channels. And the Robot Master himself, Fiesel. I want to say thank you very much to him as well for allowing us to use his channel. Definitely give these guys a follow, as they are two of the more entertaining runners, as well as most of our community that you see here in the chat doing this. These guys definitely grind hard. I know Azrael, not only does he do a lot of commentary, but he grinds a lot off stream. And without Czar, I believe he was one of the organizers of this. Purity, I'm not sure at this point. I would definitely have to put my money on Azrael grinding before Czar, because Czar has the fighter and the black belt, which will allow him to do damage with both of them.
People with what's that called? Help me out, Joker. What is it?
The people with what? I'm sorry.
What's it called? No flashing lights. Epilepsy. If you have epilepsy, please turn away right now, because Azrael's screen is going off the chart.
Flame Sword, that's a decent pickup for his Red Mage. And as soon as Czar gets that, he'll have a nice weapon for these next couple dungeons. Czar quickly going to find almost all of the go mode items except for the floater. Ooh, this is going to be a tough match for Azrael to get in there. Four bulls that attack first.
The bulls are being bullies. And they stun. Oh, poor Tyro getting beat up.
Is Azrael going to lower the life of his black belt right now? Nope, bringing him back up to life. Ooh, Czar walking into a trap tile.
Oh, Czar might be feeling the pressure here. Ooh, the ice armor, the best armor that Azrael's never going to get to use. But that's a really, really nice pickup for Czar. The ice armor and ice shield give you fire affinities, which the paralysis in the game is tied into fire, so the ice armor and ice shield actually give you protection to stunning, which is great, especially with everything randomized here. It'll help exponentially in the late game.
And we got Azrael going into the Agamas. This will be interesting to see if he continues to fight here, or if he's just going to do a couple battles and jet on out. Can we call this Azrael's Revenge of the Tyro? Interesting strategy by Czar on his side if you're watching it. He is fighting the fire elemental because it appears that they have a little bit more beneficial for hit points.
Not sure I like it. The Agamas give 1,100 more experience to a party of 4, and in this variant of the flags, much safer. The fires can roll very high strength and can do a lot of damage, but you do only get one Agama at a time, or you can get 2 fires.
Looks like the Agamas are right around, if not over 300, to where the fires are going to be. right about, max that I just saw was 300. So let's see what else happens. It's looking like the fires are going to be easier to kill than the Agamas just by watching both and when they're going to go down.
I'm interested to see how high Azrael's going to go.
So if this was you, if you were doing the level power leveling, would you move the black belt to one of the third or fourth slot, or would you kind of leave it with this setup?
So if we're talking solo black belt strats, I'm locking in the lava and killing everybody off. The strategy, it's a little risky. They haven't found an early ribbon, so the heat skill is gonna hurt a little bit more than if he had a ribbon.
We got one hat down.
Rip hats 2020.
They did find one ribbon, and it appears, I do believe that Azrael did not put the ribbon, did not have the ribbon or the pro ring on his black belt, but looks like he's changing that right now. We may not see Azrael go into the armor screen after this now. And we got Czar getting ready to do the level grind with the fighter and the black belt by moving him to the back.
Yeah, I like this, and he just picked up that flame sword, so he's even happier than before. Sorry, picking up that dragon armor. Oof.
Too many?
Happy man.
Yes, the Masamune can be in any chest. It has the same probability as anything else being in any chest. As well as that good old 20 gold.
I like 10 gold better. If you get 20, it kind of feels extra bad. And Czar killing off RPG.
RPG, look away. You don't need to see this.
Going deeper into the doghouse.
I have a feeling she'll have some nice kind words for him when they see each other next at the next AGDQ or GDQ.
RIP RPG check 2017.
Azrael is downing the hats, so we get a little bit of hat hate on his side.
Say, hey, the hats have never helped me either, so I can agree with this strategy.
Well, the nice thing is on Azrael's side, his white mage has life too. So what that will allow is afterwards for him to revive both of them and then be able to cast fast on anything. As long as the white mage stays up.
So what level do you think he's going to take these two to?
I'm saying 23 to 26, somewhere in that range, because I believe that's when the black belt stops getting as much buffs. If he's going to do it by himself, then I wouldn't be surprised if we see low 30s or 31.
Yeah, I'm a fan of 24 or so, I think would be good. with all the unrunnables and good encounters you can take, you can easily end around. If you end around 32 for your black belt, I think that's probably the best strategy. As they get their fourth attack with their fists. Yeah, it's 21 and then 32.
So looks like he is going to be doing a little bit of level 1 high grinding. Do you think we'll see another level 40 like we did last night?
I don't know. In all honesty, he might have to go to 40. I don't think he has a silver bracelet or copper bracelet or anything on his. He just has the ribbon and the pro ring, I believe.
And he is one-shotting the Agamas.
Yeah, as we see, seeing them get into the red splits here.
I think this is a red split that they're willing to take, basically being so close to go mode, with just needing the floater, that if they power level their black belt, he can just run to the bosses and be done.
So chat, we want your opinion. If floater's not being guarded by the red D, where do you think our players will go next? DRK, no, the party members are not random for this round 1 flag. The party is open. Starting in round 2, we'll start to have forced party members.
I'm seeing a couple Earth Cave. I'm seeing some love for the Ice Cave. We're seeing some Martian Ordeals.
I like File's idea. Let's go to Hooters, boys.
I really like the wings there. They're tasty and delicious.
We got nice cold beer too.
Azrael letting the black belt get down very low.
This is so risky. I mean, that Tyro is one good hit away from death. Oh!
Joey, I think he heard you through the internet.
I saw that 2 exclamation point hits come up, and I was waiting for 89 to come up.
Azrael throwing the kitchen sink right now. Do you think he feels the pressure?
I think he is sweating bullets. He's hit 31. He'll probably hit 32 by the red D and that Agama tile.
Czar at 35. Do you think Czar being at 35 with a fighter in the black belt is going to be more beneficial than Azrael being at 32 with his lone black belt?
He's at 35 or 25?
25.
I think Azrael has the edge right now. 32 is a huge point. The black belt gets an extra hit, and he's basically going to get to run through the game and just punch everything into its death.
Zoom Waffle, if the crit would have been there, he probably was dead. I would have to agree. If it was a crit on Azrael's side, he probably would not have lasted. Okay, chat. With this in mind, that they both have the ruby to go feed the Big Show, do you think they're going to go to the Ice Cave, or do you think they're going to go to Ordeals or Ice Cave?
Carry is down. Yeah, I believe if depending on what he has for armor, if he has a bracelet, I don't think the Agamas can one shot for crit for over 88. If he has no bracelet on though, then definitely. I've had my black belts get critted for up of like 130 or so.
I meant the Big Show. Sorry, I'm getting my giants mixed up.
I wonder how high Czar's going to go here. This is an interesting strategy. Red Dragons only have about less than 320 health, so...
Ooh, force 2 fires.
I don't think he cares right now. He's just pow, pow, pow. Alright, now the time has come to see where we'll be going. He doesn't know that mashing the A button does not help him increase his run chances. Kappa.
So, Joey, if this is you, with everything that you have on your plate, where do you go?
Ice Cave.
You venture into ice, you don't go down to earth?
Mm-mm. You gotta gamble. You're against the top-notch runner in Czar. It's gonna take a gamble to win, probably. And Ice Cave is a very fast check. He has warp, so he can skip half of the dungeon, which is beautiful. And finds those gold bracers for $5,100.
And pro rings, which is gonna be huge.
For a mere 74k or 75k, you can have good items.
For $79, $9.99, and $99, you can have your pro ring and a gold bracelet.
I'm curious why he is not putting the pro cape on one of the mages. Or he hasn't equipped the pro cape yet, I don't think. Oh, there it goes. And he gives no love to his black belt. What's your opinion on that?
I definitely think giving love to the black belt will help out, but for the benefit where he just jumped back into there, if I'm correct, he has the ribbon and the pro ring on his black belt.
I think he just took the ribbon off. He only has the pro ring right now.
It's a bold strategy. Let's see if it will pay off. Looks like he's going to the Earth Cave. Going obvious route before going to one of the less checked places, maybe?
Oh, no, he's juking us. Maybe. Nope.
No, because that was where you met the guy who gives you the rod to break the 3 1/4 floppy.
We love that.
I definitely agree. Going to Ordeals might be the better option, but I think Azrael is thinking right here that why take the risk where he's so close, where he may be very close to Czar, where Czar is a very solid runner. don't take the risk, don't take the chance, and just go for the obvious route. Don't overthink it.
Yep, and Azrael is going to make the Titan very happy, feeding his addiction for rubies. Floater, 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 damn it.
Ice and flame swords will be nice for him, but he's still hoping, if he's going to use them as offensive weapons, to potentially have something better. But with those early spells, it's not too bad. They're more casters than they will be pure damage dealers for striking.
Have we seen the Fade spell yet?
I don't believe we've seen Fade. Czar gonna benefit from being able to have fast, 2 casts as fast with his Black Mage. The boots. Why not equip the dragon armor? Great question. That is actually a class change block.
In which he does not have the class to change.
While they do have the tail, the floater is required to go visit Bahamut to give him back his tail. Now, Joey, how do you think he puts his tail back on?
Magic.
The other thing is, how did he lose his tail if Bahamut is one of the mythical creatures in this game?
Well, aren't they looking for the tail is a rat tail, which, I mean, I guess this world is very clean. It's not rat infested, so maybe rats are much rarer than here in present time.
Big move right here by Czar. He is turning in the crown and going down that road, supposed to going through exact what Azrael's doing, which is the Earth Cave. Let's see if the Earth Cave will pay off for Azrael.
Yep, you'll see him look at these 3 chest rooms on the first floor, and if there's nothing good, just reset or warp out. So I guess Czar is going to check all the freebies in, Power Gauntlet, nice find.
That's going to allow him to have a spell to buff up his black belt.
As if he needs any more help. Are you insinuating that Bahamut has bad eyesight, Kayu Ketsuki?
So the crown has been turned in on Czar's side. It has yet to be turned in on Azrael's side as he's going through searching for the Earth Cave, which could pay off for him unless Czar catches a little bit better RNG with finding the floater in one of these chests locked by the Mystic Key.
All right, so as my co-caster, how excited are you if you see no floater in Earth Cave, no floater in any of the locked chests? of the Mystic Key.
Do you know what I'm saying at that point? Sit down, make yourself comfortable, bust out the popcorn. We got a search going.
I ate all my popcorn yesterday listening to Meow.
There's no such thing as losing all your popcorn, Joey. Come on. That's a rookie move there.
I was hungry. Feels bad when every chest you open is all gold. So nothing gained in the treasure trove of Elfland. Azrael's still looking for the crown.
Start going north to check out these 6 chests, and then I imagine he's gonna go to Temple of Fiends.
Makes sense. Now we're playing a magical game of Where's Waldo? Where the Waldo is replaced by the crown.
This is just going to be interesting with this divergence, where if Azrael comes up with blanks from the Earth Cave, what does he do next? Will he do the searching like Czar is doing right now? Or will he just say, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to Ordeals or Ice Cave.
It's a tough call. I mean, all these chests are free. You know, the encounters aren't going to be too bad. Ordeals and the Ice Cave can be downright dirty.
Stavel, to answer your question, yes, this is a little bit more welcoming to newer runners for the flags that are flipped. It's not as crazy and as hard as some of the other progression rounds will be. So it's vanilla with just a little bit of mixture and sped up. So it looks like Czar came up with blanks when he came to Temple of Fiends, and now he's off to check other things at this point.
The chat is trolling Files for his mage staff mishaps in his casts the other day.
I do apologize. I missed that. The mage staff mishaps. What happened?
He was talking about as we have the world record anger. The mage staff cast Cure 4. Apparently in Files' notes. I was unaware of this. I would spend the whole game looking for that every single time. I don't care if I lose every race, but free Cure 4 cast, I'm in. There was a whole house in this little treasure chest. Lots of gold, a wood staff, and a little gold, and we have a sad Czar right now. There's only 6 other mystic key-locked chests. He has no floater. Where's he going? Astos' castle next?
You know, that's right close by, so he's just got to. It's not really a waste of time for him at this point. It's just a quick stop and park of his of the boat. My only thought is Capsule Corp made that house, so that makes it a little bit easier for them to be able to fit it into a little capsule and then put it in the treasure chest.
Good guy, Capsule Corp.
Joey, you missed your time right there. Everyone get your rods ready. Let me take care of that for Joey and say, get ready to bust that 3 1/4 floppy.
But it's already happened. We missed the opportunity.
There's never a missed opportunity. Opal bracelet is a huge find for him in Astos' castle, which, while it isn't exactly what maybe he was looking for, definitely something that will benefit him and the
Oh,
floater.
Azrael is in go mode! Joker, why don't you give the newcomers a little play-by-play? What does go mode mean?
Go mode means that you have all of the required items that you needed to find. That does not include the bottle nor the cube, because those are out there being able to be purchased or given to you by a robot, a lonely robot. With each one of these items, it allows you to complete the game. We'll start off from left to right in the icons down at the bottom of Azrael's screen. You see the loot. That is a magical music item to allow you to move a slab in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. The TNT are the fireworks that you gave to the dwarf to be able to move a piece of earth so you can sail your boat out of the starting area. The next thing that you find is the crown, which you turn into Astos, where you get Matoya's crystal ball, which you turn in for a little bit of a herb to awaken a prince from his slumber, to get a mystic key, which allows you to unlock all these locked doors, as well as it's required in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. And then at the bottom you have a rod. While it's not necessarily required in certain seeds, it can be, because these lower levels may hide the ruby. With that, the rod is required. Sorry, the ruby was not, which the rod replaces. The floater, which will allow you to get the airship to fly to places to essentially end this game. There are a couple places that are blocked by the floater. It's the place where you turn in the cube, or you speak Elfish. Lefindish, is it? To get the chime to enter the tower. Yes, RPG, and my brain is not working at full capacity at this point, as I hear Joey kind of chuckling in the back.
What? Me? Chuckle? I was just like, the rod isn't required? What game are we playing?
We're playing a game that I made up in my mind.
So, as Czar goes to check these chests, at what point are you kind of just like, well, profanity?
I will probably have already lost it by now.
Like, are you contemplating the .ff as Azrael gives the slab to Dr. Oon, a doctor of great ability to teach you a language in 8 pixels worth of text?
Does he know German?
It's a good question. Maybe. What does what protect from?
But to answer the question, would I .ff? I would not until I see a dot done and be far behind, because you never really know what could happen with these games. We can see some really trollish Tiamat 2, which I think, Joey, you know firsthand.
Why do you have to make me relive that nightmare?
Because it's so much fun to see you squirm.
Czar gonna feed some addictions. Azrael's gonna go up to somewhere. Going to the Hardia Islands, maybe? But a little bit too far south. He needs to go north.
Is he going to do class change? This will be interesting. Or is he just going to check these free chests?
I still think you check these chests. These are the last ones you check, though. Absolutely no reason to check another. You have a level 30 some odd black belt and a ribbon, pro rings. Like, you're a happy man right now.
We're going to see Azrael probably have to stop soon to do a little bit of shopping because he's running lower on resources to save, which would be those cabins or houses. So if you're Czar and you find the float, when you eventually find the floater in Earth Cave, what will be going through your mind? Remember, we're PG in this chat.
That's why I said profanity earlier. I'm saying beep, 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 and then hoping that my opponent did the same thing I did.
Defense sword and ribbon, two big things that you cannot overlook. He now has a second ribbon, which will allow him to equip that to his black belt, and the defense sword will help, which will help him for when you get down to some bosses that might hit a little bit harder. So that's Kraken 2. And he is going into the class change.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it because it's opening up fast, I believe, for his red mages. And who wouldn't want to see that buff person? Ladies, avert your eyes for the beauty of the master that is walking through now. Also, being able to equip the Zeus Gauntlet, which will be nice.
So the only item Azrael is missing, where's he going? Azrael, Onrak is to your left and Guy is to your right. Where? Oh no! Is he gonna check all these chests?
I don't think he's going to. I think he's just gonna turn in a couple little things, finish the crown quest. So Joey, that brings up a good point. What sprites do you like better? The vanilla sprites or the class change sprites? Poll, what is the world record for Rando? I am not sure.
What does he mean by blind? I know the fastest time anybody's posted is like a 1:13.
So to answer the question, why is he getting the crown? That is so he can turn in the crown to get the Mystic Key, which will allow him to get through some locked chests, as well as get into and finish up the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Sorry, getting trolled by some bats.
I like this is the much less cool looking General Leo is the master. The real General Leo, we all know, is the Black Wizard. He's the real General Leo in this game. And you can't go wrong with Red Pajama Ninja. I mean, he's the best ninja out of all of the sprites. He's the best sprite.
I would definitely have to agree. The class change has some of the best sprites out there. I'm going to let you finish, but I'm just saying the class change has the best sprites of all time.
I mean, the white mage, he no longer looks like he belongs in a racial cult, so that's better. And you know, redheads are great when they have like long flowing hair. And the fighter, he just looks like he goes to the gym. Like, I'm the fighter, and my friend who I train with at the gym is the knight.
Do you even lift? Oh Oh, he saves a Tyro. No Tyro stakes.
What? Azrael, you're fired. The feels bad man's in the chat.
Oh, come on. Saves another Tyro. Looks like we're going hungry tonight, fam.
Ugh, man, I could really use a prime rib right now.
We got Czar going through. He will be coming up within the next level or so to getting the floater, which will put him into go mode.
Tyros do not love me. The Tyros in my race earlier had like 1400 HP. They were not friendly at all. The original NES US version weeknight, they're playing on ROMs and emulators.
So yes, this is an adapted. For what version of the game is this being played on? It is an adaptation or the original for the Nintendo Entertainment System, which came out probably right around the time when we were all still young. Checking the level 7 spells. And there's really nothing there.
Yeah, what do you think he's looking for?
I'm not sure. I just think he's doing his due diligence. Did he not? Oh, he's checking for the bottle. I think the bottle is going to be in the vanilla location.
Oh, baby. Wait, he doesn't have the cube, right?
He doesn't have the cube!
And
he just realized.
Well, so the bottle's either an on-rack or its vanilla location. Is he's gonna check now? Did you know, growing as a kid, that you could land on that tile?
I did not know until I watched Geyer do that, and it's now something that I always going forward will do. How about you?
I had no idea. I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, what? We get this friendly unrunnable Wiz Ogre and Cerebrus. Czar, everybody get your rods out. Get them out, boys. Yes, crushing that 3.5-inch floppy.
What spells do you think he's looking for right now?
Invis 2?
2 huge spells, level 7.
So what I would like to see, moderators of the Discord, pass this along to Entroper. When you buy the bottle and release the fairy, you should be able to buy more bottles, and they should be like Cure 4 potions.
Czar catching the getting the floater, which allows him to go into go mode, picking up the Aegis Aegis shield, which will allow him to, have a little bit more protection on his fighter when he does the class change. So I'm expecting him to do the class change.
Oh yeah, Czar's got a fully kitted out fighter with the Aegis shield, the Pro Ring, the Dragon Mail, which is going to offer him a full line of protections, and can just throw that opal helmet on to top off and be maximally protected.
Because when you see that bling, it can only mean one thing.
Czar no longer cares. He is in go mode. Alright, so we're at 114-ish for both players. Out of bounds bad sighting. Azrael is a 1-1 in the validation, not validation of the run. No Tyro stakes, invalid run. But he does have the out of bounds bat sighting, so that's a +1.
I would feel that he would have to show us out of bounds bat with one of his guys named out of bounds bat. And you see Czar just knock down Lich.
So this is at the start we would have said Azrael probably had a good 10-minute lead. Now it's closer to like 3 or 4 minutes, depending on what Czar does with check chesting and stuff. I mean, we got a race now.
Yes, definitely. This has become a race. Also, let's take the time as we see them kind of backtracking and doing things, as Azrael doing things that he's already done. Let's give a big shout out. Follow our runners. They do work very hard to improve, and they have been grinding at this game. Also, please give Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 a follow. As well as follow Feasel, the man, the myth, the legend, who is being so kind for allowing us to use his channel. And definitely do join us anytime and ask away questions at our Discord. We're very warm, welcoming, always happy to help and answer questions. Newer runners are definitely welcome. Seems that we have daily and nightly races going on for those who want to get acclimated to doing this game. Even if you want to do it casually, do know that anytime I show up to race, you're guaranteed to at least finish in second to last, because I am an easy beat.
Don't listen to him. He is cat patrolling you mad hard. As we see, Azrael has visited the cute fairy, got the Oxyale, able to breathe underwater now. Dodges another time. Azrael. We're going to need to have a talk with him after the race. This is unacceptable.
Commentator needs a fixing. Thank you.
I was looking at me at. I'm like, what's wrong with it?
And we got Czar turning in the tail. So you say it's a rat tail? What other tails, chat, could this be?
It's no other. Look, read the text. The tail of a rat proves your courage. I shall give you the hooters of the warriors.
I thought it was just a tail that stopped them from turning into monkeys on when they saw the moon.
That'd be pretty lit if it was a Tyro tail. That'd be a much more worthwhile quest than having to traverse the arguably the worst dungeon in freaking vanilla.
I see it here. I see the DuckTales reference. A woohoo. Czar finding out that the bottle is trolling them.
Yep, Czar will probably go to the waterfall, go to Onrak, get the bottle, go to Mirage and Sky first. The Eye making his debut and getting punched for 821. Not even close, baby. Not even the worst. What? What? Name one that's worse than Ordeals.
Temple of Fiends Revisited. Joey, tell us what you think about that.
Temple of Fiends Revisited is free. I've proven that.
Well, you didn't prove it in your showcase seed.
We didn't have manipulated RNG in the showcase. And it was so good that in the tournament, my opponent stole my strategy.
Hey, Jack, can we get a little salt thrown in Joey's way?
Drop
I
that
sense he's a
PJ
little
salt.
salty. All right, Azrael coming up to the Bridge of Destiny. He is 1 of 1. Will we see a Warmech? Let's get some Warmech hype going.
if he doesn't fight Warmack, we disqualify him right now.
Hey, Joey, the chat got something for you.
Yes, the chat is so wrong. This is TOFR is like the easiest. Ice Cave, you can argue with me, but Ordeals is just the worst. It's so terrible for a speed run.
By the way, everyone just give yourself a headphone check, because if we see a Warback, we are going to be yelling. And every time we see that little little jump into a battle, I'm on the edge of my seat.
I love this chat. You guys are the real MVPs here.
Again, but we do have TOFR as the great equalizer, and it isn't that, and Czar isn't too far behind.
No, if Czar's going to do the manipulation, most likely again. It'll depend if Azrael has taken the time to learn it, or is going to try to traverse with no love. 1663, pretty adequate to take down Tiamat 1.
Files, we saw an out-of-bounds ban on Azrael's side. We are probably not going to see Czar go too far out of his way. So, Drumbordis, about manipulation. It is not cheating. It is using the features of the game that are allowed to us by the vanilla game, because as we know it right now in games, when we think about it, we think of RNG, which is a random number generator. Well, back in the day of Final Fantasy and any Nintendo Entertainment System, you had your limitations, so you couldn't just have everything randomly generated for you. So they had these tables for encounters, which took into account the steps that you take, as well as the breaking everything off into grids and not getting too deep into detail, but allowing you to only fight certain enemies in certain areas. That's why you don't see imps in more than just the locations that you find them off at the beginning, and why you see the Peninsula of Power as something that's being able to level early. But I digress. It allows you to, with a working knowledge and a good knowledge of it, get rid of certain encounters that would be dangerous and that have a higher chance of killing you and wiping the party or stun locking your party. And that is typically called manipulation. Joey will be able to describe it better as we get to Temple of Fiends Revisited. Drum
you'll learn now. You will learn here.
In Drum, do not worry. Not everyone who is participating in this round, this Final Fantasy Randomizer tournament, does know the RNG manipulation. So that's not something that should be holding you back. As well as in later rounds, starting next round, what we will do is we'll have RNG, table turned off, or that will even be randomized. The other thing with knowing the encounter tables, if you are not able to manipulate them, I being one of them who cannot, just with a working knowledge of where if you wipe or if you reset, you can take a couple fights to avoid certain encounters. Yes, Ice Blue, I am an encounter table. I'm just happy to be a table.
Azrael getting one of the numerous unrunnables here in the Sea Shrine, the Wiz Sahag, 1 to 2 Wiz Sahags, and it's always 8 or 9. I don't know. This is the full party. I don't like this encounter. It's terrible.
I blew your table. That's my attempt at Towley.
Would you like to explain the other unrunnables here in the Sea Shrine? Because this place is not fun enough.
The only two unrunnables that I know of are the water. So anytime you see an elemental, except for the air elemental, you cannot run from them. And then I know the Wiz Sahags and the Red Sahags. That is a unrunnable encounter as well.
Czar hitting level 30. Gonna grind the blue dragon. The 2 to 5 ghost encounter also is unrunnable. That's the only other one. So the benefits of the manipulation, especially for TOFR, I mean, really for any of the dungeons, is you get to dodge all of the unrunnables. So in TOFR, if you go through, you have like super high probability of getting a ton of purple worm encounters, ton of gas dragons, earths, fires, waters, and the purple worms again on Tiamat's floor. But in the manipulation, you only get 2 unrunnables if you do it correctly, which is a huge time save. It takes about 55 seconds to set up and can save you upwards of like 5 minutes. Sir Broadster, it's 1 to 2 worms. Azrael has completed his final orb and is going to Garland 2.0.
Yes, Broadster, no waters on the water revisited, which is always nice.
Not like that crap you made us play earlier with the 6 water elementals, 800 plus health, both races.
This is interesting. We have Czar still searching, but now finding his way to the Bridge of Destiny. And fun fact, the air elementals are the one elemental that you can run from.
And we're not going to see manipulation from Azrael. Going to pick up this nice Frosty.
I could really go for a Frosty right now, too.
And it's going to reset after getting 8 Frost Dragons in about 14 steps. Gets Zombie D, another unrunnable that we all love. We all love these zombies. So as the story goes, you bring the light to the 4 orbs, and then you travel back in time 2,000 years. And they don't tell you that you have to face all the worst monsters in the game. So they're kind of sneaky about that, but. Go ahead. What were you going to say, Joker?
I was going to say Czar, looking like he's having a little bit of trouble with the man-cat Medusas.
I mean, I wouldn't want to fight anything named man-cat, would you?
No, not at all. And he's lost his white mage and black mage. Or white wizard and black wizard at this point. On the Bridge of Destiny, so this is going to be very interesting.
He is level 30 though, so unless he gets Warmacked, should be okay.
And remember, he does have the power gauntlets, which will allow him to increase.
Oh, poor Azrael getting another unrunnable. Czar, the killer of RPG chicks. Rest in pepperonis.
R.I.P. MP. Everyone say hi to Tiamat. Everyone say goodbye to Tiamat.
What? Did he not go yet? Oh, there we go. Oh, Power God. What is this wizardry? Four hits for 4. 6 hits for 490. Tiamat's like, I am a brick wall. Fight me. We in the randomizer community love you, RPG chick. We're sorry that Czar is treating you so poorly. Azrael gets another unrunnable, the 1-2 purple worm encounter. Great experience, but you're trying to get through this as fast as you can. And these unrunnables are costing him time. And Czar wins, killing the Tyros.
We eat tonight! Steaks up!
Good man Czar.
And another unrunnable encounter on Azrael's side.
So what is this now? 5 unrunnables, I think? He's gotten purple worms twice, zombie dragons, this, and the frost wolf, frost giant.
I'm not too concerned about the unrunnables that he's catching. I do think at this point, barring, I'm not going to commentate Curse right now, but I'm just simply
you're
saying...
you're not allowed to say anything like that, because we know what happens when you say stuff, buddy.
I have a mush effect to it. I kind of just jinx them.
I'm not concerned about the runnables either. I'm concerned about at what cost. He's using a lot of his noob charges to get through this. When it's gonna start to affect him as he gets nuked himself, and Lich's nuke was juiced. I mean, that's over 900 damage to his whole party.
And busting out some Cure 4 spells. Using the Heal 3 as well. This will be very interesting to see what will happen from here out. He's going to be running low on magical resources. Will that allow Czar to catch up? That's the big question.
Fun fact, I believe T-Rex is tied for the the rarest monster in the game, along with the Iron Golem in the wherever he shows up. I've never seen him before.
All right, Chad, as we're about an hour and a half into this run, can we get some love for the racers tonight? Give them a follow. I do know that they are busting their tails, no pun intended, to get better, run this game a lot. So definitely show them some love. As well as you're doing that, do show some love to Speed Gaming as well as Feasel for running this, as well as do not hesitate to jump into our Discord, ask questions if you're interested in learning and running this game, as we do have a very active Discord. We're very welcome and warm to all new participants.
And here it is, the dreaded waters. This is the chat curse right here. We're calling this the chat curse because all y'all talking about these dang water encounters, and here they are.
Making quick work of 2 of them, so he's just hoping for another round of where he's able to get rid of 2 of the remaining 3. Oh, Nuke is going to possibly burn the others down.
And they have somewhere in between 330 and 348 HP, I believe we saw. 348 killed, 330 did not.
Yes, Files. He is slowly going to find himself magical depleted at some point soon, which will be tough going into these next couple levels. But looking like he's going to save some fast spells for Tiamat 2 and for Chaos.
Fortunate not to see the punch in the mouth. Lit tune very favorable for him to easily clear this encounter.
As well as Czar is on Kraken for the first time, and after this he's going to light that 4th orb. Bob down, Bob down. 21-29, huge hit by Azrael and his master.
Only level 38, hitting like a tickling. This encounter is runnable here. A fire does absolutely nothing. We're going to bring Bob back to life. The dream.
Heal
Here's
everyone
Tiamat.
up and go to Tiamat. Tiamat punches out of bounds Bat in the face. $1,800. And Tiamat is down. And you got your wish, Joey. You're seeing the Iron Golem.
Well, he looks like Big Hero 6. Looks like Baymax. Well, they give a lot of experience. Holy shnikes. And Azrael, traveling 2,000 back in time, he is Garland. He has resurrected the 4 fiends. You have killed him, and now he changes into a gigantic dragon with huge wings, and it looks like he kind of has a baby coming out of his stomach. I don't know, what is that?
I am unsure. And Czar with the gas dragons facing 2 unrunnables. Azrael getting hit with Ice 3. Now, why we're bringing and pointing that out is it didn't do a ton of damage to his master, because the 4th spell that Chaos casts isn't that Cure 4?
Yeah, but with Fast Temper Power Gauntlet, I don't think we have any chance of seeing Cure 4. Especially if the second temper gets off, we could see a one-shot. Ooh, man down, man down.
Hats down.
1538. I'd say there's a good chance we're not seeing a Fat Cure 4.
Well, we got the second spell.
2456. Holy smokes. And we have an official SRL time of 1:40:10. Great time from AzraelRavenheart, and evening up the series at 1-1.
So that means we're gonna get a third. Joey, we saw a third match reach. We saw a game we casted last early this weekend reach a third match. Do you think we'll see that same happen tonight, or do you think our opponents, our contenders, are going to do this another time?
RIP sleep schedule if they do.
What's this thing you call sleep? And we're pulling up the auto from Czar's point. Awesome job for him to not only catch up as fast as he did, but also he's working his way through the Temple of Fiends Revisited. We have Broadster rooting for a do it now, and definitely throw up those GGs for Azrael. Hopefully we can get him in here to talk about his run. Yes, we have 2 more matches on the docket tonight, which will be huge. We have Zarnax and Drum, as well as Maya and Jay Coper.
One's going on now. I think it just started at 9, and one is at 11.
We're getting the Nerf hammer from X-Ice Blue. Too bad he can't do that to Jay Druid. Looks like it's 10 and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Azrael, welcome, congratulations, and good job. Azrael, I do apologize. We cannot hear you currently.
That's because I had the mute button on my actual microphone checked so that Fiesel could use my stream audio if he wanted to. Thank you. I think my heart was going at about 180 BPM for like all of the Fiends Revisited in Chaos.
So, obviously the first question I'm going to ask you is, what was going through your mind with it appearing to be free to begin with, and then you hit the hour 30, hour 35 mark, and you're wondering what's going through your mind at that point?
At like hour 30, hour 35, I'm in TOFR, so I have no clue where Czar is, but I can only assume that he's also in TOFR, so if I had the chance, it was going to be an awfully close race, and I kind of had a feeling about that.
It definitely did turn out to be awfully close. We will say that Czar did take the risky route and cleared, did not go to Earth Cave like you did.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what put me in go mode, too.
Yes, it definitely did. We were kind of debating if you were going to take the risk, knowing that it was the last chance, or if you're going to stick with what you did before. Now, did you deviate from your normal plan, or did you just say, you know what, best man's going to win this one no matter what happens? I'm going to keep doing what's got me here.
I think my deviation was in my party, because I usually don't take a black belt, but I think I realized my folly watching like Ramza and Edge and all those people like hyper grinding the black belts and making the rest of the game really easy. I told myself going in after Volcano, if I don't have the floater but I have the ruby, I'm going Earth 100% because I can one clear it. I don't have to go in twice, even if I do have to walk to Sarda's cave. And it's slightly better statistically than the Ice Cave, even though I really wanted to go Ice Cave because that's what burnt me in Race 1. But I stuck with my plan. I was just like, we're going Earth. And then as soon as I got that floater, I knew I was pretty much only going to check free chests past there in the islands and like behind the Mystic Keys and the 2 castles and like the Dwarf Cave. And then when I hit that last island and it came up with defense and ribbon, and I was just like, cool, there's my second ribbon. White Mage Black Belt ribbons, let's go. I'm not checking another chest for the rest of the game.
So yes, definitely awesome. We saw that, and we saw the defense. It's like, ooh, he just hit 2 of the great things where if he starts getting hit hard. By the way, chat, throw up any questions that you may have for Azrael. We're more than happy to relay that to him going through this as well. Azrael, so it is very uncommon for you to carry the black belt. Is that going to be something that you carry forward with the flags changing, or was this kind of a one and done?
I like it in round 1 and round 2 when weapon fix isn't on yet. After weapon fix becomes a thing that you're playing with, I don't value black belts as highly. They still do plenty of damage if you grind them up to like 32 or 42 or whatever. But with the weapon fix, I like my chances of finding a decent weapon for the fighter / knight. But granted, you know, the higher flags have higher stat rolls, and sometimes stat rolls just make you grind. So it's still a little bit of a coin flip, but I don't see the rest of my party changing too terribly much outside of just that, whether it's a fighter or a black belt.
No, definitely. And when you saw that, I believe it was Fast was blocked by the class change and you had the tail early, was that an immediate thing that you were going to do? Or were you going to do the class change? Or was it just like, you know what, it's there, I'm going to be passing by the Cardia Islands?
Since I had the tail early, the second I looked at the black magic shop because really all I was looking for was Fast at that point, and I saw it, you know, right in that one spot that the red wizard can learn. I was like, yep, I will actually 100% class change now. The outside of that, the class change would have been more dependent on if I had found like the white robe to throw on the white mage or any of the other like decent gear for the 3 mages, since none of the spells you cared about were level locked except for Fade, where I'm guessing Fade was level 8 because I think I checked both level 7s, so who cares? We weren't at the correct level to worry about actually having good access to Fade anyhow.
Yeah, I don't believe Joey can chime in at that point. I don't believe we saw Fade at any point.
Nope. I don't think anybody even checked the level 8 shop.
Not really any reason to, with the fact that you really don't need more than like... Your mages are mostly going to hit somewhere between like 26 and 28. So the level 8s are just so unappealing to have to go check because they're out of the way in either Lefane or Gaia.
So were you at all concerned as you were going through the Temple of Fiends Revisited when you were using your spells early, your powerful spells, like your nukes, your cure 4s? Were there any concern on your mind?
Not too much with the cure 4s because I was spamming them off of the red mages first, because I knew in the Fiend fights, the red mages, one was casting Fast on turn 1, one was casting Temper on turn 1. They don't have time to worry about Cure 4, and I don't care if they die to Bane, Crack, etc. Whatever. They were pretty much just meat shields there to buff up the black belt. I was a little like worried with once I got to like the water floor if I was gonna have enough to just keep glassing through unrunnables. Since when I checked how many fasts I had when I got to Lich, I was like, This is a little uncomfortably low for me to fast every fight. So
And
that's
by the
why
way, sorry
I
to
opted to
interrupt.
use the
Czar with
nukes.
downing of Tiamat 2 on his way to Chaos Revisited. Lost his Black Mage, to Black Wizard, to Bane. Sorry to interrupt you. Just wanted to give everyone a heads up and check that in chat. Make sure that we are giving Czar his much due as well for that we're paying attention to the stream. But sorry, continue.
Yeah, so when I saw like I was lacking on fast charges, that's why I opted for Kraken for Carry and Lich to just nuke them with both of the red mages. Because I figured I would probably have enough to fight my way through the unrunnables, and then I could save my fast for Tiamat and Chaos and Kraken.
Yeah, definitely. And Czar getting the crack on the Black Wizard, which is causing him to be unable to cast some additional casts of fast on his master. Let's see how that will affect the later on rounds as we're hitting the, I believe, at least second magic that Chaos has used.
What's Czar's party comp?
Fighter, black belt, white mage, black mage.
That was almost what I almost swapped one of my red mages to a fighter to go ultra safe for the damage output. I was a little worried when I saw the iron golems on the way to Chaos. I was like, again, really? Like, I was just worried about seeing Czar done like 5 seconds before me, going, iron golems made the difference.
With I know that you were able to pick up the defense sword. When you picked that up, were you kind of kicking yourself when you saw that defense sword with the clash change? And by the way, Czar just dunned. So
Yep,
GG to
I see
Czar.
that. Good game to Czar indeed.
The official SRL time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 25 seconds.
Think we pretty much just flip-flopped there. He beat me by about 13 minutes in race 1. I got him by about 13 in race 2. So definitely looking forward to game 3 now. And thanks to anybody who says GG's in chat. I'll see it when I go back and watch the VOD. I'm going to go ahead and step out and give Czar his due time here in the commentary room. I see. There we go. Good game, Czar. Looking forward to game 3.
I'm guessing you did early Earth?
Yep, my game plan was after Volcano, if I didn't have the floater and I had the Ruby, 100% go Earth, even though Ice bit me last time in our first game.
Well played. That was the right move. Obviously, floater and Earth is the bane of my existence.
So Czar, what were you thinking? What was going through your mind? Sorry, when you took that risk, when you took that gamble, and you still came up with blanks for the floater.
Well, I figured that I would have to try and make up time elsewhere and went into go mode. It just seemed like it took forever to get the floater, though. I skipped Ice and Ordeals, but I guess I should have skipped Marsh, too.
No, definitely. No one can blame you for doing that, because once everything was there, and it was just that split decision that Azrael made that choice to go to Earth, and you weren't too far behind either. So you did an awesome job, and also as well, awesome job to Azrael.
Thanks, guys. How about them Tyros?
Yes, thank you. We're not going hungry tonight.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, you monster. How many did you kill?
Azrael, you're the real Czar. You're the real winner in our heart with all those Tyro kills. We are very appreciative of those stakes.
I think I only clocked in 2.
Oh my God, I think I ran from 6 or 7. Because I caught like 2 on resets. I ran from 3, I think. I left plenty of Tyros out to see their families from here on out.
I'd say overall that it was a pretty fun seed. Aside from the floater and Earth, I'm going to have to devise a strategy to address this floater and Earth because it's really throwing my route off.
And we believe in the Discord, you always say, well, this is the 36th, 45th, 55, 73rd time floater has been in Earth. You think the randomizer is just trolling you now?
I did do a few races recently where it was not in Earth, but the fact that showed up there in this seed is suspect. Diesel did generate the seed, so he takes all blame for this one.
Rip Fiesel.
It's all good though. It's I think this outcome was good for the viewers. Everybody see a third match, so we have it.
Yeah, I believe you guys will be the third match of the tournament. Do you guys have any plans to drop any new strategies for Game 3?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep my cards hidden against the juggernaut named Czar.
I think I'm going to have to take a lot more risks. When it comes to items, I took risks this time. As you saw, I had only one house the first time I went into Marsh. And it was just perfect. I had 3 warps to get out of there. I guess I'm going to have to try and ration out my wasted time in shops more, maybe.
So before we forget, I want to make sure that you show Azrael and Czar some love. Do give them a follow. They are busting their tail. You're also able to watch them see their prep for their next match. I, for one, am going to be excited to be able to cast and watch you guys. So definitely give these guys some love. Give them a follow, as well as give Speed Gaming 2 a follow and Speed Gaming 1. We will be trying to cast as many of these here and many of these randomizer tournament matches on these channels.
And as we bid you adieu, head over to Speed Gaming and check out our next race going on right about now-ish. It is Jay Coper versus Maya. It is their second match, I believe.
Yes, the winner will advance. This is hype. I've been wanting to see this match for a while, so I'm going to be heading over there and making sure everything is ready. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I enjoyed this round, and I'll see you in round.
Bye, guys.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening, and it was a lot of fun casting with you as well, Joey, and Czar, Azrael. Look forward to casting in another one of your matches in the near future. Good job, both of you.